Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka GeekXX Chic, and we're back with another reaction to Solo Leveling. We're on the season finale, guys. I can't believe we're already here, which is episode 13, which is called On to the Next Target. So the last episode was absolutely beautiful. It was epic. I think it's one of the best anime scenes we've had probably in the last year, to be perfectly honest. I mean, we're very early into 2025, but I'm talking like going from 2024 into now. I feel like Solo Leveling has been absolutely bringing it this season, and so I am greatly saddened to hear that we don't have news of if there's going to be a third season, or if there is, when it's going to start. We don't have the announcement yet. I get pretty nervous. But anyway, going back to the last episode, yes, Jinwoo versus the Ant King. It was brilliant. It was great. And Jinwoo did manage to win. But as some people brought up in my comments, maybe it was because he leveled up at the last minute. But either way, he did manage to pull it through. But we have a new dilemma in the sense of we saw that Cha Hae-in got really badly hurt by the Ant King, and she's just barely holding on. None of his healing potions are working on her. And I thought maybe he could use Shadow Exchange, but it turns out I forgot about the time limit in Shadow Exchange, and he can't use it again for at least another 2 hours. So yeah, Hae-in is fading fast, and Jinwoo's got to think of something quickly, otherwise we're going to lose her. So that's where we ended the episode, along with the fact that, was there more coming? No, all the hordes were done. So it's just a matter of trying to save her at this point. So I'm ready to jump into the episode and see how this goes down. So let's do that. But just before I do, a reminder that if you'd like to be in the know when I drop episodes, please do hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. I know that Solo Leveling is going to be done for this season, but I do watch a lot of other anime. So please do join the fam and find something in the catalog that we can join for our next little jaunt together. All right, out of the way, let's get into the episode right now. Right? Period. That's they've seen enough. He's gonna take. Oh, yes! I didn't even think of that. Extract his soul so then he can use the same. I didn't think of that. He's a genius. I mean, your friend's gone, bro. He's not gonna be back any other way. At least now he can help out forever. Yo, can you hurry up? Maybe let him keep his name though, out of respect, since this is someone you actually knew. It's crazy. I cannot believe I didn't think of that. But it's probably because Jinwoo's never extracted from someone that he knows like that. Yeah, he did. He went down real fast. Their hunters? I mean, kind of still summoning? That's definitely him. And that's an S rank. You don't want to lose that. Well done. Okay, wait, watch your boobie. It's true. Oh, and he's smiling. Why is it monstrous? Okay. I think he can decide that for himself. Yeah, he's like, please stop touching me. This is true. I guess so. That would have been a very useful shadow, though. Jinwoo's a good guy. To be perfectly honest, I would have kept him. It's none of your business, sir. Why don't you go back to planning things that continue to fail? Tread carefully. Global balance of power. That's probably the right idea. Thanks. You do have some sense. Deal. She is dead. Yeah, they're mad. Alright, stop talking and doing, bro. Let's go. I feel like Jinwoo's not getting on there. Yeah, he's got work to do. That's true. Y'all did some hard work beforehand, though, so I think so too. I like it. They understand the assignment. We like this. Right? Cool. Making omelets and getting XP? Hell yeah. Oh, that's a new toy. Size matters. I mean, I didn't realize you had that. Oh, that's what it was. 100? What happens now?
死んでもなおすごいオーラを放ってるな。
I don't know if you should extract that.
起きろ。
Is that a good idea, Jinu? Yeah, I'm like, this is, I don't know.
なんだこの闇。
And this thing hates you too. And the other guy who hated you was kind of like annoyance. But this guy really hates you.
お前が喋ったのか。
Yeah, he could talk before.
他の奴らは喋れないのになぜこいつだけ。
Because he could talk before. He's not your normal shadow.
将軍級。
General rank.
喋れるのは等級が違うせいか。
Antsy! He didn't. Oh, not my man turning into a philosopher. Alright, if you mean it. As long as we're all over the whole me taking you out thing.
お前の名前はベルだ。
Okay.
すごい数だな。
Sure is. They do breed a lot. 4,000?
数を減らしてくれるか。
That's what I just said. Don't you be getting philosophical on me, bro. Before I release your ass. That was close. Was that you, Biru? Nice work, Biru! It's just light. Lightning. It's lightning. That's what it. He should have named him Lightning. Good work on that shield, bro. That's true. Your abilities don't really work in the air. Oh, his nose is bleeding. You are a G. Oh, you did so much. Biru? Thanks, bro. A little clutch, but thank you. Oh, the dragon. I forgot about him. Jinu, this is a bit much. Riding the dragon in front of everybody? Come on now. Stop it. Good work. Good work, everyone. You've earned your dinner tonight. That's right. Did they lose any? They didn't use it? Oh, no. They just lost, of course, the healer. Ugh.
こうして第4次ジェジュ島レイドは我々の勝利で幕を閉じ
Thanks
た。
to Jinu.
少しは体を動かさないとな。一匹残さず海に沈めてやる。
Who are you now? Got Zoro of this world? Took a little break from One Piece, decided to come over here? Hi, how are you? What's your name now? You got my attention.
黒い槍であればもう少し楽しめたは
Better
ずな
calm
んだ
down. You
が
did not want the smoke that was on that island. I promise you.
向かっています。今回のレイドにおいて彼の活躍は
He
大きい。
pretty much did all of it.
彼の動向には不審な点も多く、最初から参加していれば犠牲を出さずに済んだので
Shut
は。
up. They said, look, he didn't have to go. Y'all jealous?
この悲劇に終止符を打ったのはあなたなのですから。
I mean, truth. But it's okay for people to be upset. It is true. It probably wouldn't have gone that bad if he'd been there in the beginning, but... Oh, we're awake.
ですが
How could you have
あなたの
known?
おかげで5名のハンターと我が国の多くの命を救うことができたのも事
You
実
had
で
your
す。
reasons for saying no.
孫ハンターにはいずれ望む形で報いることを
Can't really... There's nothing y'all can give me at this point, respectfully.
今後はどのように活動されるお
Bro, get off me! I don't know! Let me figure it out!
この度のレイドであなたは国内外問わずその
That's
力
true.
を
You
知
can't hide no more.
あなたはこれからその力を持ってどこで
Whatever I want, to be perfectly frank.
自分のギルドを立ち上げたいと思っています。
Not a bad plan.
さすがスマスター。
Is he? The hell are you? Where'd you even come from? What? And the Wolverine's brother is going on right now. Oh, it wasn't him.
耳が痛い。しばし眠らせただけだ。
Blue elf.
あいつの力で間違いない。
妙な話だ。あの者が人間を
Someone
助
like
ける
that.
気になるなら会って聞け。
会うことがあればな。ではここでの用は済んだ。
関わりたくないということか。
狩りは予定通り開始する。
I have so many questions.
あえて面倒なことをする必要もないか。それにしても臭いな。あの女が見れば騒ぐ。
She? Who's she? Okay, who are these people and how can they just open up their own portals? His dad is here. That's what I thought when they said he's here. Were these all people that were in the same place he was?
それにしても本当に進まないな。
I'm so surprised you're taking a regular vehicle. It's not like you can't do what you want now.
ソンハンター
Again? God, you're so annoying. Really? He's just gonna be your personal gopher now. Hey, go?
なんか渋滞で来れない困りますよ
It's the fact that they're always worried about the traffic when it comes to these gates.
あのハンターたちの到着にはもう少し時間が必要そうで
一人で
して
問題ない。
でも
Did you not see the title of my show? It's solo leveling. Thanks.
いい級だけどさ
For now. And it turned into red just because he went in, right? Of course it did. Of course it did.
絶対にレッドゲートだ。
How does it must be responding to
と
Jinu?
んだアクシデント続きだな。
Yeah, how does that keep happening to you? Oh, hi.
この程度ならそこまで時間もかからない
Let's not make that assumption, Jinu. Homie is so OP'd, it's disgusting. Wow. Biru is loving this new life, man.
さっさと片付けてやる。
Don't get cocky.
今回のレイドで思い知らされました。私はまだまだ
I
未熟です
mean, that's for all of y'all.
あの場において私はただ助けられない。
You did a lot before that happened, though.
私はあの人に追いつきたい。あの人に並び立ちたい。
I'm sure you do.
常に死と隣り合わせの世界。
That's true.
彼らの戦う目的はそれぞれ違う。家
Those
族を守
two.
るため、
Interesting.
存在を証明するため、
That's right. Chaw's got the right
運命
right
に
idea.
抗うため、
Why is his dad hiding from him? You think his dad can open portals the same way?
狩りをやめる気はない。
Who's that guy? Him walking through with the suit? What in the K-drama is happening right now? Oh.
次の獲物はドイツだ。
Oh, episode title. Well, guys, that was, I think, a good way to round out the season. I feel like the way that they ended this, sad as I hate to say it, it does kind of leave it in a way that if there isn't another season, it won't feel like we were left hanging per se. I mean, there is still a lot more to discover, right? Like I said, there's faces. A lot of faces were introduced in the last 5 minutes that I don't remember seeing. There's more going on. Who are those people who showed up? Like, there's so much fodder for more seasons, of course, but they made sure to kind of round this one out in such a way that if, God forbid, we don't get any more, it's not like things were left completely unresolved. So yeah, we saw that in this one, because the big battle, which is interesting that they put usually the fight we saw last episode would have been a finale, but they used this one to kind of wrap things up. Yeah, the way that Jinu decided to save Chahayan, I didn't even think of that, about him being able to use the healer who died and be able to use his abilities to bring, or at least to, you know, heal Cha to the point where she would be able to at least be transported. And that was genius thinking. And again, this is kind of a throwback to season 1 Jinu. You know, season 1 Jinu used his head a lot more than he was able to use anything else because he was an E rank back then. And I like that they're showing more of that combination, right? Like, yes, now he's more powerful and he can fight more, but Jinu's always been very smart and someone who's always kind of thought a bit sideways and outside of the box. And so that's what totally saved our girl in this episode. And so, yeah, of course, now I'm glad that he at least got them to shut down the broadcast for that part, because he's like, they don't need to know that I can be resin anybody I want like that. That's the information the general public does not need to know. I mean, some of them, let's face it, a lot of them right now are kind of like, oh, yay, him. But let's be real. There's going to be a few of them that are going to be like, freak, pretty quickly because of what he can do. And so, yeah, I think it's smart for Jinu to just pull back a little bit and not let them know all that he can do. And even now, like, he showed a lot to this group, but I still think there's a few things he still didn't. I mean, he wasn't even going to show them like how he got the shadows before this, but it was necessary in this case. So point is, they all know that group of S ranks all are very much aware now. And so is that 1A rank, actually, who was the cameraman. They're all now aware of the fact that his ability is not just a typical summon, that he can actually do whatever he wants. He can extract pretty much anybody he wants and make them part of his army. So that does give him an insane advantage that I don't think any other summoner has in their world currently. So he is now 1 of 1. They are, I mean, he already was, but now they know that he very much is 1 of 1 in their world. And we see that once he did what he did to get Cha saved, I thought that was very understandable that Yuno was like, please don't continue to use him. Like, I understand that he would be of wonderful use to you and very practical, but you know, he never wanted to fight. He wanted to hang up his hat and never fight again. So please don't make him do that in death. death, right? And we hear that the only reason that Jinwoo did it was because, and that's what would explain his eyes glowing last episode, was he must have heard Min saying to him, you know, let me help her, you know, please let me help her. So he just basically granted that man's dying wish, as it were. And yeah, so I understood that. Like, I don't know. Part of me kind of thinks maybe he would have been okay being, you know, in the pocket for Jinwoo, but it's fine. Let's let him go. I think it was best he respected Yuno's wishes and again, Yuno didn't tell him to release the soul. He just said, please, like, just know that his dying, not dying, but just know that in his life, he didn't want to come back here. Like, this was not the life he wants to live, being in continuous battles. So I like that Jinwoo respected that and let him go, because he did smile. So I guess he's happy going wherever they go, right? So anyway, that kind of thankfully ended everything in there. And then, of course, they needed to just find a way off the island. Whatever Japan was planning has been completely shut down for now, because they were the ones who lost the majority of their team. And as I said, surprisingly, considering that the Seoul team, or that the S ranks from South Korea were right in the belly of the beast, they only lost one person. So yeah, they definitely suffered the minimal losses compared to Japan. So whoever that dude was with the mustache, whatever evil plan he had was foiled, thank goodness. And so he just said, at this point, we're just gonna extract. I'm not sure what Operation 9 is, but I mean, they said it multiple times. So I have a feeling that if we get more, they'll come back to that at some point. But anyway, so that happened. And then we see they had to take care of everything else. Jinwoo went and, you know, padded his ranks with his Necro army, and he brought back the Ant King. And I was thinking, like, I kind of get why he did it, because I guess we can assume that he can probably move the same way he did in life as far as being able to adapt. But that's a very powerful being to have underneath you, someone that can literally shapeshift at will. And he was also extremely strong. We saw that. So yep, he pulled him, and we see that I thought maybe the Ant King would be a little salty considering, but he respected it. And we gotta love that. He got a spanking, he recognized the spanking, and he respected the spanking. He's like, yep, you killed me, but you know what? You brought me back, so, you know, we're even. He said, at least I didn't have to die like that. At least you brought me back, and now I get to keep fighting and you know, doing what I want to do. So I'm grateful. You know, we good. But interestingly, he can talk. He's the only one of the shadows he's brought back that can actually speak. And so I don't know if that's because he's now level 100 and because he brought back the ant who was so high in level, like a general rank. He's never had a general rank before. So I don't know. I guess we'd have to wait and see if we get to see more, if all general rank can talk, or if it's just because the ant also in life was able to adapt and do things he wasn't supposed to do either. I don't know, but interesting that he'll actually be able to talk to one of his, instead of just giving orders, he'll actually be able to converse with one of his shadows, which I don't know if that's going to be a good or a bad thing, depending on how lippy the Ant King gets. But yeah, basically they cleaned things up, they headed back, and once they calmed things down, they said, like, once Jinwoo took care of the majority of them, they just basically have an effort now where they're just cleaning up whatever is left that keeps popping up, because 4,000 of them is crazy. That definitely was going to take time to clear out, but thankfully what's left of, you know, our A, B ranks, etc., they're able to take them down. As I said, we got some new faces. Whoever the guy was with the 2 swords looks cool as hell. Like, I would have loved to see more of him. But anyway, that's what's happening there. And then we see that Hunter Go very understandably was like, okay, what are your plans, Jinwoo? Because the whole world knows who you are now. That's what I said last episode is, damn, like, now that everyone's seen what Jinwoo's capable of, there's no way he's going to be able to live a low pro life anymore. It's going to be celebrity status. So yeah, he was like, what are you going to do? Like, now people know what you're capable of. There's going to be an expectation for you to help. You know, there's going to be a whole level of, you know, because before Jinwoo could do what he wanted for himself. And that's the main reason he did anything, right? He wasn't doing these raids because he necessarily cared about the greater good of everything. He was doing it for a very specific purpose. And now, as I said, the whole world knows he's capable of taking down something of that level and that magnitude by himself. So for him to just not, like, you know, the way he kind of chose initially not to go to the raid, that's not really going to be an option, an easy option for him anymore, because now it's going to be like, you have this power and you're withholding it. Does not make you a villain, right? Even though he wouldn't be doing it for money reasons or whatever, right? So that is the downside of having great power, right? That great responsibility part comes kicking in real quick. So anyway, that's what we got from that anyways. But Jinwoo just basically said at this point, you know what, I'll start my own guild. Like, I guess since I got to do something, we'll start up a brand new guild. So he did in fact get to come back and help out his buddy Jino, because Jino of course gave up everything to stand by Jinu's side, right? So now that he'll be able to set up his own guild, egg on his dad's face. His dad, who tried to toss him out, is like, yeah, not only am I going to create a guild, but it's going to be better than anything I would have built under you. So yeah, although his dad, I forgot, his dad is still sick in the hospital. So I wonder if he finds, I just remembered now thinking, now that, because with Juno, we haven't seen, with Jino, I don't think Jino, no, he would know. So I don't know if Jino knows how. That's right, he doesn't know. I'm sorry, I'm talking through this. I was wondering whether or not Jino knows that the reason why Jinu's mom woke up was because of that potion, because now that his dad's in the shape that he is, I can't see Jino not being like, can you give some of that to my dad? Because he's about to end up like your mom. But yeah, I know that Jinu kept that quiet on purpose because there's not enough to go around, right? So anyways, I'm wondering how long it might be, because I forgot that Jino's dad is on his way to becoming like Jinu's mom was. So how long before that secret comes out, and what's going to happen when people are going to be like, you should be mass producing this for all the other people that are suffering, right? But that's not really the best solution, right? They need to figure out if there's a deeper, bigger reason as to why people even get this sickness, and seeing if they can stop that, because that's a much better goal than trying to just keep harvesting this potion that's super hard to get and that not everyone's going to be able to get. And we all know that with the power of capitalism, it becomes something that only the rich and powerful would get access to anyways. But anyways, digressing. So yeah, that guild's going to be kicking off as soon as it can. They pretty much got everything they need. I don't think anyone's going to deny Jinu his request for creating a guild at this point. And we didn't see anything of Jinu's family this episode, but that's okay. I don't think we need to just yet. But we saw there at the end that there's a few new faces. As I mentioned, we saw that some super high levels came in to Jeju after everything was said and done. And we saw that there's an ice elf, which we haven't seen since Jinu cleared that red dungeon. And he does not seem interested in fighting. He doesn't seem to be interested in, the fact that he came after everything was over, they're clearly observing him and whoever the dude who looks like he reminds me so much of, what's Wolverine's brother's name in the comics? Sabretooth. That design reminded me of Sabretooth. But anyway, the two of them seem like they were there. They said this is definitely his worker. This is definitely his energy. So I don't know if they're talking about Jinu or if they're talking about Jinu's dad, because now that we know that he was in the cave as well, I'm not sure. But they're tracking something. My guess is that it's probably Jinu, but actually no, it's probably Jinu's dad, because then Jinu's dad broke out. So maybe. Anyways, they're watching something. They're looking for something. And we heard them say that we're just going to keep waiting and watching because we don't want to get involved with whatever's happening here. And we see that they can seemingly portal in and out, or create gates in and out without any problem. So what does that even mean? How are they capable of doing that? Does that mean that they're at a rank we haven't seen before? So many questions about them. But the other big question for me is Jinu's dad is there. I'm like, by now he must have gotten I know he must have gotten to Japan by now. Like, it's been a minute. And he is there. And I don't know if he got there after what Jinu did on the island, or if he went to the island first and just wanted to kind of lay in the wait and see like if Jinu could handle it or not. I don't know. But my guess is that he knows his son is nearby. There's no way he would have missed that Jinu's around. Why hasn't he tried to contact him? Does he plan on trying to contact him? I don't know. I know it's not something he can easily do now because Jinu's now world famous, so it's not like he can just walk up to him on the street, but especially considering he's technically a fugitive. But I do wonder what he's up to. And obviously he knew whoever the Ice Elf and Sabretooth were. It looks like Jinu's dad either doesn't mess with them or he didn't want to deal with them, because they could sense each other clearly, but they decided to leave him alone. So many questions. I have so many questions about what that whole interaction's about. I need to know Jinu's dad's whole story. I was hoping we were going to get that this season, but I guess not. That's going to have to hopefully come in our next season if we get it. But yeah, I feel like they did, like I said, a really good job of wrapping up this season nicely and kind of giving us a sense of closure, but leaving enough questions that another season would be a very, very good idea. So putting it out to the anime gods that the announcement comes soon of either another, I would prefer another season, but I'd be okay with a movie since that seems to be the trend that all these shows are doing now. So yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. I enjoyed this season a lot. As I said, I think that's the best anime that we've had in a minute since some of the other ones that have gone on hiatus since last year. I feel like Solo Leveling has definitely brought it the most as far as anime so far. So that's going to be a pretty tough act to follow for the rest of 2025, although we got a lot of big movies coming out, so that'll be good. But I enjoyed enjoyed this. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me and being on this journey. I appreciate all of your support and your comments. It means a lot to me. And even though I am done with this for now, I do hope there's more in my catalog that you can find and decide to join me on those journeys, because like I said, I love anime and I'll definitely be continuing on watching other good shows. So hopefully you'll be on that journey along with me. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Once again, thank you, and I hope to see you in the next video.